I'm joined here with Brian, who is actually from Simon Voss Technology. And you might be wondering why I'm talking about Simon Voss whilst I'm on the Verkada stand. And the reason for that, you may have seen a couple of months ago, Simon Voss collaborated with Verkada at the Verkada One event. And I interviewed Killian from Integrated Security, who's based in Ireland, who was one of the people who spearheaded the collaboration of Simon Voss with Verkada. So I wanted to dive a bit deeper of what Simon Voss, what they do, what kind of locks they do, and how it works. So Brian, thank you very much for your time. Can you just basically show me what kind of locks we've got here in front of us at the moment?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity for this. We are a wireless technology and we offer a variety from padlocks, cylinders to handle sets. So why we're looking and we're in partnership with Verkada was to try and integrate certain doors where you cannot have the cable infrastructure to make it wireless and easier to fit onto a door and allow the compliancy of the door as well as the integrity fire rating of the door is not affected by just removing our mechanical hardware and putting our electronic devices connected to a Wi-Fi hub that communicates back to Verkada, that you can get audit trail reports who has gone into the doors. You can also change the access rights to that user and prevent them. You can remote access it and unlock the door if you've got a parcel delivery. So it makes that flexibility and adaptability as you grow as a company to build up more internal doors.
When you said it doesn't affect the integrity of the door, because an issue that we have here in the UK is I see a lot of installers installing maglock onto fire doors, and then I see a second set of people saying you can't do that because you've just broken the integrity of that fire door. How does Simon Voss overcome that?
Most of our kit itself, if you took an electronic cylinder, is basically just taking out a mechanical cylinder.
Yep.
You just undo one screw, you take it out, you slip cylinder into the door, and then you program and it becomes access control. So you physically turn in with a transponder.
Yep.
Or a physically tag.
Yep.
Or a mobile key that's BLE app that will override.
So you're not actually making any further holes into the door.
Yeah.
You're taking out the existing hardware and replacing it with your wireless technology.
Yes, you're right about that. So like on this type of application, if you had on a hard mechanical locking system, you will normally have a rose handle on the outside. You will then actually undo the mechanical hardware, remove it, and then fit a wireless access control handle onto the door, bolt it from the inside, and then it becomes access control. So there's no wires going through the door. The batteries are on the outside. So if you have ever had low battery warning, that also goes back to Verkada and informs the users, and you can get an email notification to the engineer. You need to change your batteries. It doesn't automatically just stop working. It gives you ample amount of months to change the batteries.
So how long does this work on batteries?
We recommend up to a 12-year month standby time, but because it's online, it does reduce because of the communication continuously. So you can go down to 6 years or even up to 3 years, depending if it's a high traffic door. What do we mean by high traffic doors is you've got, let's say, a main entry point coming in.
People are constantly coming in, or let's say between the hours of 9 to 5.
Needs to communicate more. So, but the minimum you could go to is 3 years. Now our locks are all working off lithium batteries, and it can be 2 or 4. So that model has got 4 batteries in it, lithium 2450s.
Okay.
And this has got 2, and our cylinders have got 2. Okay. You've got certain also opportunities or type of application of doors where you've got external doors, internal doors. So we have got IP rating as well on our kit. So for internal doors, we only use this handle. It's more cost effective than putting a hardwired door. But for external doors that you want it, we've got the Smart Handle Advanced, and that is got IP rating, fire rating, and you can actually change the type of compliances. So if you've got 50 people in a room and you've got an emergency escape route, under 50, the UK compliance is that you have to
single handle point of escape.
So it's fully mechanical exit the building. Okay. If you've got more than 50 people, then you would have the same handle, but you would put crash bar, emergency push bar.
Okay.
So ours can fit on that, but you have to use our our certified products on the door, give you that application.
So on this one, internal one, this also have the single point of emergency escape as well. So just the one handle, and you can leave. There's no push to exit, brake to brake class, fully mechanical. One thing I see, you've got a keypad here, but I can't see any wires. How's that controlling to this?
This is a unique thing from Simon Voss. It works off Bluetooth, and you can actually go up to our recommendation is 1.5 meters, but we have tested up to 5 meters line of sight, and it still works. So what this is, you can actually program up to 50 individual pin codes in the unit, different users with different names. So you can then actually allocate that onto a specific handle, or it can be a padlock, or it can be a cylinder. So it doesn't mean when you have allocated it, you can actually then type in the pin code. As for demonstration, if you put 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's now release the lock.
And then it locks. Now, our locks you can also set up with different functionalities. So where you do one transaction, it gives you 6 seconds. You can adjust the unlocking time. Now, this lock I've set up as like an office mode. So if you type it in the code, it unlocks. Until you type it in again, it then locks. So you can put it in a meeting room, that type of application.
So if I put the code in again now, 3, 4,
and now
it's now locked. Oh, right, wow.
So that's a nice thing. But nice thing about that is if you had a frameless glass door, you can actually stick that onto the glass nice and neatly, and just have a cover on the inside to cover the electronics, and you can actually, so you don't do any physical work on the door, the glass, or anything like that.
I can see it's got batteries in here as well.
Yes.
And how long will this work on battery power?
Basically, that's the same as what we do on the locks. The same technology has been actually developed for all our products in the market.
So we can get up to 3 years, if we're constant, up to 4, 5.
Online type of application, offline application can get up to 12 years on it.
I got my Verkada access control system, okay? I've now got your lock. How do the two talk together?
We got a system called a gateway node. This is a little box that sits in a passage or in the area of where you want these locks to connect to.
So let's say in the ceiling tile, ceiling board, yep, okay.
And then that needs average is about 10-meter radius, bi-directional, okay? This then is connected to the Verkada AC12 controller, door controller, and that then talks the Verkada system. Now, the reason why that is, we provide that security and peace of mind that of information being transmitted to wired or wireless. We then actually make sure our encryption talks to our device, and our device then communicates to Verkada's device, which they have their own encryption back to their system.
So it's fully encrypted, both bi-directional.
Bi-directional.
Right, okay.
And that's how it communicates battery lows, audit trails, who's gone into a door. So you can actually, with Verkada CCTV, you can actually, when something is tagged, it also goes to the camera and informs the camera to start recording. So you don't have that much video capture at the same time as when that. So you got all that information between, that's how CCTV and access control has come together.
Yes. So you can see who's gone to access the door, 10, 15 seconds of video footage of the person if you wanted, or longer.
So what we also have done is we got for data centers, because now everything's going cloud-based, everything's held on the cloud. To improve the security of data centers, we got electronic cylinders, and that works on the swing handle of the cabinet. Most data center cabinets have got common keys, key to lock. So if you've got one, you can open many cabinets. Now, what we can actually offer is we can take the mechanical cylinder out, put our electronic cylinder, connect it to our gateway through Verkada, and physically actually get who has access only to specific cabinets at a certain time. So you can put time intervals of what time they're allowed in to actually access it. So now you also can have a camera linked to it, and you know who's only gone into that cabinet. So you've got more control, and you're providing that peace of mind of that your data is secure in a data center.
I see you've got a padlock here as well. External, is that external rated?
It's IP67 rated, same as our cylinders, same as our smart handle AX Advanced.
So we could have all the technology going from when the person opens a gate to the door, outside door to an inside door, all working with Simon Voss and all integrated. One other question I've got, can I use mobile credentials or not?
We only do BLE app, so it will be Verkada's app that is, if it's a BLE, it will then work, yes, via that, because it's a credential, okay? Certain manufacturers use NFC. We don't deal with that in the market. We see the market, and the battery lifespan of the locks lasts longer on BLEs. That's why we went that technology, basically.
Brian, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.